Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2017 Westerner Dairy Showcase Jersey Show. Looks like our first class will be coming in the ring fairly soon. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We hope that everyone had safe travels here to the show today in Red Deer. We would like to welcome our judge, Terry Jeton, from Compton, Quebec, which is in the Eastern Townships. He is the co-owner of Femme Provotaise with his wife, Veronique. And they are a master breeder herd of Holstein Canada, and they have over 330 head of cattle. The classification is 19 excellent, 92 very good, and 31 good plus, with a production average of 11,850 kilograms at 4% milk fat and 3.5 protein. He is an official judge with Holstein Canada since 1995, and he has judged over 120 different shows, most of them being in Quebec. However, he has judged in many of the different Canadian provinces, and he has judged in over 11 different countries around the world. Some of the major shows that he's judged is the Red and White show at the Royal, the Quebec International Show, the Swiss Expo All Breeds, the European Open Show, and the TD Classic Showmanship in Toronto. They have 4 children as well, Cindy, Pamela, Anthony, and William. So welcome, Terry, to Alberta, and we hope that you enjoy your stay here, and we look forward to your comments and in our Jersey show today. We're starting off with our first class of the day, which is our junior calf class. We're looking for 3 head in today's class. We'd like to thank our sponsor of our first class, Dolman Construction. Without great sponsors, the show wouldn't be able to go on, so we do thank them and appreciate their support. Our class is complete. We would like to hear some comments from our judge.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to apologize for my English. I know that's not perfect. I know that it's gonna sound funny sometimes, so you have the right to laugh if you want. That's not a problem. I'm gonna do the best I can in English, and I hope and I wish you a great afternoon with this Jersey show. A small class to begin, but a nice class. Look at those three heifers, three good heifers, and three different kind of heifers. But for me today, the heifers on the top of this class shows a lot of dariness, a lot of angularity, a lot of breed character. She's over the second one because of the length of the neck, the femininity in the head and neck too, and she shows more balance today over this big, deep heifer we have in second. I really admire the size, the frame, the width of this heifer in second place, and for those reasons, she's over this fancy heifer we have in third. So congratulations, all of you.
Thank you very much. So in first place in our junior calf class is number 1, show entry 1, Lost Elm Impression Mallory. Owned and exhibited by Sunny Dairy Farm, Grunthal, Manitoba. In second place, we have Coity EW Miss Nexo, owned by Tom Hofstra and Ella Wright. And in third place, Awesome Topeka Wanda, owned by Chance and Fred Hofstra of Leduc. If you're following along in your show program, show number 2 was second place. Show number 3 was third place, and show number 1 was first. Our next class in the ring today is our intermediate calf class. It is sponsored by Hofsco Electric, and we're looking for 3 entries in our class today. We have many sponsors who have helped make the Westerner Dairy Showcase possible. We invite you to visit their booths. Some of them have trade show booths at the back, and we invite you to visit them and thank them for their sponsorship here today.
I'm leading. I'm a judge. I'm leading.
Our placings are complete. We'd like to hear some reasons from our judge for our intermediate calf class.
We have only 2 Heifers, but a class really not easy to place because look at those 2 Heifers, they're really different. But I really admire the balance of the first one. She's so well balanced in all her parts, from the neck to the tail. But today she's got 2 advantages over the second one. She's stronger on the top line with a pin setting more correct today over this big Heifer. And the rear view of the rear legs are more correct on this fancy Heifer on the top over this big Heifer in the second. I don't want to take anything away on this Heifer. She's second. Maybe if we can have 15 Heifers in this class, she will stay second because she's a great Heifer with a long body Heifer. Thanks a lot and congratulations for those 2 Heifers.
I guess they'll announce it.
In first place in our intermediate calf class, we have Lone Pine Victorious Jingle, owned by Lone Pine Jerseys of Didsbury. In second place, we have Elm Crest Tequila Munchkin, owned by Elmbridge Farms of Chilliwack, BC. In your programs, show number 4 was a scratch, as well as show number 5, and our Elm Crest Tequila Munchkin was unfortunately not in the program, but was in our class today. So if you're following along in your program, number 4 was a scratch, number 5 is a scratch, number 6 placed first, and our added entry number 32 placed second. Our next class in the ring today is our senior calf class, sponsored by Ninties and Sons Farms. We're looking for 5 head today. Today we're lucky to have Ella Wright here with her crew, and they are picturing cattle over in the corner. So if any of our exhibitors do want to get their cattle pictured, they're welcome to head over there. She is ready to go and capture your animals when they're at their best. We do want to thank many of the people who help make our show here possible. It isn't without the support of many people that the show would go on. Yesterday we had a successful junior show, youth show, and we do want to thank our judge, Gary Vanderpost, and all of the support that helped make that show possible. It's great to see all the kids out here, and we have lots of future dairy farmers over watching and playing in the corner over here and watching the show go on, and that's really nice to see. Our placings are complete, and we will welcome some reasons from our judge.
As you can see, we have a great class, a beautiful class, the senior heifer class in the jerseys. We have two really extremely dairy heifers on the top of this class. Two heifers with a lot of breed character, a lot of femininity. But today I gave an advantage on the first heifer. She's a little bit more open in the rear rib today, from the rear view. She's a little bit wider, and she walks a little bit better on the rear legs today over this big, tall dairy heifer we have in second. But a great pair of heifer at this top of this class. Second over third shows really more dairy character. The body condition is more desirable today over this well-balanced heifer, well-grown heifer we have in third. Third over fourth, she's sharper on the shoulder. She's stronger on the top line today over this fourth heifer. Fourth and fifth is really close between those two heifers, but I really prefer the way the fourth heifer moves on the rear legs today over this fifth heifer. Congratulations for this beautiful class.
Thank you very much. In first place in our senior calf class is Sunny Hill Joe Appletini, bred and owned by Mike and Gina Hambuckers of Enderby, BC, Sunny Hill jerseys. In second place, Lampada Barracuda Baby Blue Jay, owned by John and Christina Fornwald of Carlisle, Saskatchewan. In third place, we have Lone Pine Velocity Mona, owned by Lone Pine Jerseys, Didsbury, Alberta. In fourth place, Sterling Park Chrome Emma, shown and owned by Sterling Park, the Mathers of Lacombe, Alberta. And in fifth place, Coity E.W. Irwin Crazy Girl, owned by Unique Stock Farms and Sunny Dairy Farm from Gunthal, Manitoba. If you're following along in your show program, our placings from top to bottom. Show number 9 was second place. Show number 11 placed fourth. Show number 10 placed first. Show number 7 placed fifth. And show number 8 placed third. Our next class is our summer yearling class. We've had a few scratches, so we are expecting 3 head today. If you're looking in your show program, show number 17, 12, and 13 are scratches. Our summer yearling class is sponsored by Jersey Canada. Our placings are complete for our summer yearling class. Well, here's our reasons from our judge.
In this summer yearling class, we have three great individuals. Look at those three heifers. Look at the third one. She's the kind of heifer we want. So all those three heifers, they're in the same class, but they're three great heifers. The one at the top, the first heifer, for me, if you look at her, if you compare her with the second one, she's wider on the chest, she's deeper in the fore and rear rib, she's deeper in the flank area over this extremely angular heifer we have in second. It's really close between, if you compare the second one and the third one, but the angularity, the femininity in the head and neck, the angularity on the shoulders make a small difference, and she's a little bit more correct on the rump angle over this big powerful heifer we have in third. So I want to congratulate the breeders of those three heifers because that's three great individuals. Thanks.
A great class in our summer yearlings. First place goes to Mosnang Snapdragon, owned and bred by Marcus Healy, Mosnang Holsteins, Rimbey, Alberta. In second place, Sunny Hill Notepad Orangutan, bred and owned by Mike and Gina Hambucker's Sunny Hill jerseys from Enderby, BC. And in third place, Bramville Premier Violet, bred and owned by Bramville jerseys from Nokomis, Saskatchewan. If you're following along in your show program, from top to bottom, number 17 was a scratch, number 15 placed second, number 12 was a scratch, number 14 placed first, number 13 was a scratch, and number 14 placed first, number 13 was a scratch, and number 16 placed third. Our next class in the ring just has one entry, as the other entry was a scratch, and our class today of junior yearlings is sponsored by Sterling Park.
There's just one in this class?
With just one entry in our class, we'd like to hear a few reasons from our judge and our junior yearlings.
There's only one heifer, but she's a great heifer. Look at her, she has no faults, she's long, she's upstanding, and she's well prepared too. Look how open she is. She's wide from the back, she's really open rib, and she still got a lot of dariness for an heifer of that age. Congratulations, she's an exceptional heifer.
Congratulations to Mosnang Holsteins, Marcus Healy, and Baronelli Jerseys, the owners of Mosnang Vibrant Chrome. First place in our junior yearlings. If you're following along in your show program, number 19 was a scratch and number 18 placed first. Next in the ring will be our junior championship. So we're looking for our first and second place animals from our junior calf class, intermediate calf, senior calf, summer yearling, junior, and our junior yearling. For our junior championship, we are looking for 9 animals in the ring. From our junior calf class, in first in that we had Lost Elm, Impression Mallory, owned by Sunny Dairy Farm. And in second, Coity EW Miss Nexo, owned by Tom Hofstra and Ella Wright. From our intermediate calf class, we have, in first in that was Lone Pine Victorious Jingle, owned by Lone Pine Jerseys. And second in our intermediate calf class was Elm Crest Tequila Munchkin, owned by Elmbridge Farms. From our senior calf class, first place was Sunny Hill Joe Appletini, owned by Sunny Hill Jerseys, Michael and Gina Hambuckers. And second in our senior calf class was Lampada Barracuda Baby Blue Jay, owned by John and Christina Fornwald. From our summer yearling class, our first place was Mosnang Snapdragon, owned by Marcus Haley, Mosnang Holsteins. And in second, from our summer yearlings, Sunny Hill Notepad Orangutan, owned by Sunny Hill Jerseys, Michael and Gina Hambuckers. And from our junior yearling class, Mosnang Vibrant Chrome, owned by Marcus Haley and Baronelli Jerseys. Our junior champion class today is sponsored by ATB Agriculture, and our reserve junior champion is sponsored by DH&P Supplies and Equipment.
See a stranger go walking across the room.
So before the final choices for the junior champion is the jersey. I want to congratulate all of you who exhibit junior Heifers this afternoon. So give them a great hand of applause for all the participants in the junior jersey classes. Like you can see, I kept those 4 Heifers, dairy Heifers. Doesn't matter in which breed you are, you're working with dairy cattle, they have to be dairy, show dairiness. They have to be wide, open rib, and they have to walk on a great set of rear legs. And I can see the pattern in those 4 Heifers. So I'm gonna choose you, junior, reserve, and honorable mention. But congratulations for the quality of the Heifers I just saw this afternoon.
Our judge has selected his junior champion from our senior calf class, Sunny Hill Joel Appletini, owned by Sunny Hill Jerseys, Michael and Gina Hambuckers. Our reserve junior champion from our summer yearling class, Mosnang Snapdragon, owned by Marcus Haley Mosnang Holsteins. And our honorable mention goes to our junior yearling, Mosnang Vibrant Chrome, owned by Marcus Haley and Baronelli Jerseys. Big congratulations to our junior champions for our agriculture, and our sponsor for our junior champion is ATB Agriculture, and our reserve is DH&P Supplies and Equipment.
It is always personal choices, but when you look at this junior champion, she has a few advantages over this reserve. For me today, the champion shows more angularity today, and she's a little bit more open in her rib. Not deeper, but she's more open, she's wider in her rib today over this well-balanced Heifer in second. And second over third, the reserve over the honorable mention, she's a little bit stronger on the top line today for me. So congratulations to those winners.
So our junior champion today was Sunny Hill Joel Appletini, and our reserve junior champion, Mosnang Snapdragon. Thanks once again to our sponsors. And if we do have any of them present to be in our picture, we have a representative from DH&P Supplies and Equipment who sponsored our reserve junior champion. We'll be starting with our cow classes very soon, and our first class in is our milking senior yearlings. We're looking for 5 head, as we do have 1 scratch in your program, and that is number 25. But we are looking for 5 head in our milking senior yearlings.
Kenny, Kenny.
Our class is placed for our milking senior yearling, and we'll get some reasons from our judge.
For those senior yearling in lactation, those recently fresh cows, we have 5 good cows, but 2 cows on the top of this class have great memory systems. I go with the first one today. She's a wider cow. She is wide, she's open, and she's stronger on the pastern, and I prefer the way she walks on the feet and legs today over this fancy cow with great udder in second place. Second over third. Second has an advantage on the memory system. The memory system is higher, and the fore attachment is more correct attached to the abdomen over this well-balanced cow we have in third. third over fourth. She's stronger on the top line. She's wider in the rump structure and more correct on the pin setting over this fancy cow we have in fourth. And fourth over fifth, it's only from the depth of the other floor is at a higher level than this recently fresh cow we have in fifth. Congratulations to the breeders and exhibitors.
So for our milking senior yearling, sponsored by Matland Ventures, first place, Lone Pine Mega Power Tsunami, owned by Lone Pine Jerseys, Didsbury, Alberta. In second place, Lampada Tequila Barbie J, owned by John and Christina Fornwall from Carlisle, Saskatchewan. Our second place animal is also our best udder of the class. Third place is Tazo Premier Ellie, owned by Taya and Zoe Hamming from Vernon, BC. In fourth, Unique HP Elevate, owned by Sunny Dairy Farm and Lone Pine Jerseys. And in fifth, Unique Riley Sarita, owned by Chance and Fred Hofstra from Leduc. If you're following along in your show program, from the top of the page, show number 22 was placed second and was also our best udder. Number 20 placed fourth. Number 25th was a scratch. Number 24 placed third. Show number 21 placed first. And show number 23 placed fifth. Our next class in the ring is our junior 2-year-old class. Our junior 2-year-old class just had one entry as we had one scratch.
Only one cow in this junior 2, the jerseys, but she's a good cow. You can admire the length of the body of this cow. She's really long body from the neck to the tail, and she has a great memory system for a first cow like that. So congratulations for this young cow.
So our junior 2-year-old, sponsored by Cal Tire. First place, Lone Pine Irwin Daisy, owned by Lone Pine Jerseys of Didsbury, Alberta. If you're following along in your show program, that is number 27, which placed first, and number 29 was a scratch. Our next class in the ring is our senior 2-year-olds, which is sponsored by Vanderburg Hay Farms. We are also looking for just one entry to complete our class today. With just one entry in our senior 2-year-old, we'd like to hear some comments from our judge today.
Again, we have only one cow, but take a few minutes to look at this cow. That's the cow, dairy cow we want in any breed. You know, she's white, she's open, she looks like a big producer. She has a great memory system and she walks on a good set of real legs. If you are in the dairy business, that's the kind of cow we want. Nice cows, they can show, but they produce every day.
So our senior 2-year-old class winner, Triple S Penelope Gator, owned by Triple S and Glory Bound. Thank you very much to all the volunteers and help that have helped make this show possible. I'd like to thank Cheryl Coleman, who's our milk tank monitor, and James Mann, who helped set up the milk tank so that we're able to ship the milk here from the dairy show. There's a long list of sponsors inside our show program. We hope that you get a chance to visit the booths at the back and talk with some of our sponsors and thank them for supporting the show as well. This afternoon, the sale will be beginning, and we hope that many of you stick around for that and then come back tomorrow for the Holstein show. Our next class in the ring will be our junior 3-year-olds. We are looking for 3 head in the class today, and it's sponsored by Alberta Milk. Our class is complete for our junior 3-year-olds, and we'd like to hear some reasons from our judge.
In this junior 3-year-old class, we have an easy winner. Take a look at this cow. She's a dairy cow. Shows a lot of dairiness, but she has a great advantage on the memory system. So high, so wide in her rear udder, so it makes her an easy winner, and I give her the best udder of the class. The second one over the third one, it's closer, but I prefer today the shape of the rear udder of the second cow. The udder texture is more correct today over this recently fresh cow we have in third. So congratulations for this beautiful junior 3-year-old class.
So in our junior 3-year-old class, first place goes to Lampada Tequila Bobby Jill, owned by John and Christina Fornweld from Carlisle, Saskatchewan. That was also our best udder of the class. Second place goes to Lone Pine Voltage Bobby, Lone Pine Jerseys of Didsbury. And in third place, Sunny Hill Mantra Annabelle, owned by Sunny Hill Jerseys, Michael and Gina Hambuckers. If you're following along in your show program, from the top of the page, show number 32 was first, as well as our best udder in the class. Number 31 was placed second, and show number 33 placed third. Thanks again to Alberta Milk for sponsoring our junior 3-year-old class. Our senior 3-year-old class will be in the ring next. And then we will be having our intermediate championship. Our next class in the ring is our senior 3-year-olds. We are looking for 3 entries. If you're following along in your show program, show number 34 is a scratch. We'd like to thank Scotiabank for sponsoring our class for our senior 3-year-olds. Our placings are complete for our senior 3-year-old class. We'll get some reasons from our judge.
We have 3 really good cows in the senior 3-year-old class, but the first one shows a lot of dairy strength. She is wide, she is open, she is deep, she's deeper than the second one. And for me today, she has an advantage on the dairiness today, the power she has today over this cow in second place. I really like this cow in second place. She calving since a long time, but you can see the quality in this cow. She has great udder too, she's strong on the top line, and for those reasons she's over this great cow we have in third. I gave an advantage on the second one. The volume of this memory system is probably more correct for a second calver than this big cow we have in third. Congratulations, a great class of senior 3.
Thank you very much. In first place for our senior 3-year-olds is Lone Pine Topeka Nightingale, owned by Lone Pine Jerseys. In second place is Lone Pine Topeka Estella, also owned by Lone Pine Jerseys. And in third place we have Lampada Tequila Super B, owned by John and Christina Fornwald. If you're following along in your show program, from the top of the page, show number 35 placed second, show number 37 placed third, show number 36 placed first, and the last show number 34 was a scratch. Next in the ring will be our intermediate champions. We're looking for 8 head, our first and second place winners from our milking senior yearling, our junior 2-year-old, senior 2-year-old, junior 3-year-old, and senior 3-year-old classes. So entering the ring for our intermediate championship is our first place from our milking senior yearling, Lone Pine Mega Power Tsunami. Our second place in our milking senior yearling was Lampada Tequila Barbie J. From our junior 2-year-old class, we have Lone Pine Irwin Daisy. Our senior 2-year-old class, we have Triple S Penelope Gator. Our junior 3-year-old, first place was Lampada Tequila Bobby Jill. And our second place junior 3-year-old coming in for our intermediate championship is Lone Pine Voltage Bobby. And from the last class in the ring, our senior 3-year-olds, we have Lone Pine Topeka Nightingale, and our second place senior 3-year-old, Lone Pine Topeka Estella. So we're looking for 8 head in our intermediate championship. We'd like to thank Landmark Feeds for sponsoring our intermediate championship, and Penner Farm Services for sponsoring our reserve champion intermediate.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I selected those 5 cows for the intermediate champion for the jerseys, but let's give them a good hand of applause for all the young cows we saw this afternoon. Give them a good hand. Those 5 cows were in a special part. They're very dairy. They have great memory systems. They walk on a good set of rear legs from the senior healing in lactation, recently fresh with a great future, I think. This senior too looked like she produced a lot of milk, and she's a really well-balanced cow. And after that, this junior 3-year-old cow, look at the width of the rear udder. Again, a big milk machine. And we have those 2 senior 3-year-old cows with 2 calves, great memory system, different stage of lactation, but 2 cows with a lot of qualities. So I'm gonna choose your champion, reserve, and honorable mention for this intermediate championship.